Hello, University College graduating students, your families, your friends, and all of your supporters. My name is Heather Corcoran. It is an honor to serve as the Interim Dean of University College. I am a longstanding faculty member in the Sam Fox School of Design and Visual Arts with research and teaching in data visualization and graphic design. Students in my classes do studio-based projects. They make things. Welcome to our virtual recognition ceremony for 2021. Several members of the University College staff have worked hard to design this event. I want to specifically recognize Maria Hunter, our registrar, John Hinderleiter, who leads marketing, and Amanda Mueller, our academic coordinator. I hope you enjoy this celebration of you and your accomplishments on this momentous occasion. We are so proud that you have arrived here. We have at least some sense of what you have overcome, not the least of which is finishing your degree during a pandemic. In a year full of challenges and barriers, I would like to share a personal bright spot. I will be brief. One of the best parts of the past few months for me has been my classroom. I mean my virtual classroom, of course. While online classes have their limitations, and I certainly miss live conversations with students, my favorite part of every week has been those 2 90-minute stretches when I get to see and hear what students are thinking, what they're making. For the early part of the semester, the assignments in my course related to literature, reading novels and short stories and creating diagrams and visualizations of voice. In early March, we shifted to a writing project, and I got the chance to partner with University College writing instructor Sylvia Sukup. Each student wrote a flash memoir, a short piece about some aspect of their lives, maybe inspired by an object in their apartment, a health struggle, or some moment that they remembered from childhood. The students worked hard, refining their writing numerous times. In late March, their pieces were done. One day in class, Sylvia and I heard the students read the final drafts. I will be honest and say that it was difficult to keep my tears in check. Their stories were so real, so beautifully written, and such powerful testaments. This only got better on the next project when they designed an edition of small books to showcase their writing. All 15 students finished the semester with a full set of the class's books, a chorus of stories and voices. Inspiring though the final pieces are, what I think is more important is how the process empowered the students. It forced them to pause and think about how their life experiences shaped them into mature adults and how they have the power to narrate that story. For all of you finishing final projects and exams and degree requirements within the whir of life, all while maintaining social distancing and masking, has likely made this spring so intense. It can sometimes feel nearly impossible to slow down and reflect. I encourage you to make use of the life transition that graduation offers to do just that. Stop and write down a story about your own world. Describe a struggle, big or small. If I were given this task, I might choose to write about one of my pandemic rituals, which has been to walk through the upstairs of our Skinker de Bolivar house in order to clear glass bowls of crumbs and goldfish that have been left in my children's bedrooms. And I don't mean just 1 or 2 bowls. I mean enough to overflow a dishwasher. Did I mention that we have a strict no snacks upstairs policy? These glass bowls have plagued me. They have been a sign of my children learning and conducting their social lives from home on the internet without friends and the normal adult support systems that they need, without the outdoors, without ideal nutrition, without me or their dad as present as we want to be as we juggle long days with our own jobs. At first, those glass bowls were only about how I was failing as a parent. But over time, they have become an opportunity to accept the adaptations, even the small ones, that life sometimes requires. I'd love for you to send me a copy of your story. A University College collection of these moments would be a lift for all of us, I am sure. But in the end, the most important audience for your story is you. Write it down to remind yourself what it is that you have dealt with, what it is that got you where you are today, and why it is that you should feel every confidence in taking your next step. Thank you for choosing to study with us at University College. My deepest congratulations and very best wishes. As part of our celebration, we honor 2 award winners. Amy Bueller, the program coordinator in nonprofit management, has been selected for the Dean's Faculty Award. She has taught for University College since 2008, including courses in grant writing, management in nonprofit organizations, and the program's capstone course. Amy is no nonsense and expects the best of students while providing the support that they need. The nonprofit management students have a strong alumni community supporting one another throughout their professional careers. Amy is a leader in nonprofit management, serving the St. Louis chapter of the Association of Fundraising Professionals in roles such as vice president, president, and chair of the nominating committee. And now I'd like to congratulate Maureen Kleekamp, a University College student graduating with a BS in English, who has won the Dean's Award for Academic Excellence. Maureen is an administrative assistant in advancement at Washington University. She has been a University College student since 2010. She earned a certificate in creative writing in 2014, an associate in arts degree in 2017, and her BS degree with an English major in the fall 2020 semester. She was inducted into Alpha Sigma Lambda in 2015 and was elected to Phi Beta Kappa in 2020, an honor shared with only a handful of other University College students in the past 10 years. One thing to know about Maureen is that she cares for elderly relatives who live a long drive from here. She commutes there every weekend to care for them and has worked remotely during the pandemic in order to help. Maureen represents the best of the adult student, balancing work, family, and academics with grace and humor. Congratulations to both of our award winners. You can get to know them better by watching the short, informal conversations that I recently recorded with each of them, which is next in our program today. After that, recent graduate Tiara Coverson will make some remarks. Tiara graduated in the fall with a BS in communications, works full-time, and is pursuing a master's degree at UMSL. Hi, Amy. How you doing?
I am great, Heather. How are you?
I'm great. We are so excited that you have won our faculty award and just want to talk to you for a moment or two about a little bit more about your teaching. Can you tell us or tell me what it is that you like about working with students as they're studying to become nonprofit experts, better than they were thinking about it, and in some cases probably new to the space altogether?
Absolutely. I'd love to chat about that. But first, I'd love to say how deeply honored I am to receive this award. I've been with WashU now for 13 years, and I've been in that nonprofit space, as we like to call it, for about a little over 30 years. So a good portion of that has been spent at WashU and teaching the magnificent students that have come through the program. The program, predates my tenure with the university, but I think in the last 10 or 12 years, we have made some great strides. And much of the reason behind that is, quite frankly, the quality of the student's body and those people who are really interested in making an impact, not only in the organizations that they serve currently or will in the future, but also in their community. And that really is what is important, I think, to note that people who are working in the nonprofit sector, whether here in the St. Louis metropolitan area or elsewhere, do so because they care, and they care about the cause that they serve, but they also care about the greater community. And really that's what makes teaching at Washington University very special, because we have a tight-knit group of faculty. We have a tight-knit group of students, and it's an absolute pleasure to be in the same room or the same squares with them, as we have been over the last year or so. They're truly special people, and that impact that they make is the legacy that the program has.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you think about the way that they kind of move through the program in advance, can you just talk briefly about what are some of the categories where you think their growth happens? They become stronger at, I mean, there's so many facets to your program. So how do they, in what ways do you think they grow?
I think when they start, they typically have to come through me. So there isn't a student out there that hasn't had to pass through several of my courses, and I actually get them at the beginning in our first, in the kind of the first course we ask them to take, and then I get them in the end because I follow all of our capstone students, and so I really can see the progression from point A to point B. And I always love it when a first-time student is in the management course and says, "Oh my gosh, I had no idea about that." Or, and a lot of that comes with how a nonprofit is vastly different than a for-profit is. And the management, the leadership, board, staff relationships, all of those things are quite eye-opening to people. And then you dig a little deeper and get into what it takes to really run a nonprofit. And nonprofit is kind of a misnomer because nonprofits can absolutely make a profit and probably should. It's just that the money goes, back into the organization. And so fundraising is a integral part of the program. We really work that in many different levels throughout a student's, time, with us. And leadership, I see leadership qualities just explode in our students. And really that's what this is about too. It's about leading our cohort of nonprofits in our area and again elsewhere, because not all of our students are from St. Louis.
Right.
We have students from all over the country and frankly the world. And I think they come out of this program very, very strong. They have deep knowledge of what it takes to manage, lead, and grow, scale their nonprofits, however they wish to serve them.
Yeah, so that's what makes your previous comment to me so exciting. The idea that they have all those skills, they can apply it to their own organization, but then so many people want to apply it more broadly, like to a city or a region or to sort of general citizenship. And then they have really concrete skills to do that.
They
So
do. Yes.
that is fantastic. Thank you so much. Congratulations. It's really exciting. And thanks for talking about the program a little bit too.
Absolutely. It's been my absolute pleasure. Very happy to be able to speak to you and to help honor all of these students.
Well, the honor's all ours. So thank you. Hi, Maureen. It's great to talk to you today. Congratulations on your award. We are so thrilled for you.
I am truly honored. I was totally surprised. Thank you.
Well, you earned it. Tell us a little bit about your work, your academic work.
I started out with a creative writing certificate, moved on to the associate's degree. And my advisor said, "Maureen, you're so close. Go for your bachelor's." And here I am today. I have my bachelor's degree in English.
And why creative writing?
I was pretty much just jealous of my bosses who could just write like nobody I've ever seen. That I got to get to speed. That just really brought my desire into that creative writing. I had some great teachers. And then I progressed from there just to get into the English field, to learn about writers and how they constructed their works.
Mhm.
I'm just really excited about how I'm going to use everything I've got in my piggy bank for future.
Yeah, so let's talk about that piggy bank. How will you apply what you've learned, or is it too soon for you to tell us that?
I'm applying it right now in my job. My boss asked me on different occasions, maybe to construct some kind of letter or possibly on some other kind of project, year-end reporting. Other than that, I'm really trying to put my desires into maybe someday writing children's books, along with taking those writing classes, English classes. I also used another part of my brain and took some art classes. I just finished my last class was a drawing class.
I love
I'm going
hearing
to
that.
combine what I learned in both of those classes and bring them together.
Yes, that's the kind of work to make. That's my favorite kind of work. So fantastic. Well, congratulations. We are so thrilled for you and so happy to have had you with us as a student. Keep on
Thank you.
reading and writing.
I want to thank everybody that helped carry me along the way, from my family, teachers, my colleagues. They were all there just helping me along the way.
It really does take a village for all of
Yes.
us. Yes. All right. Well, thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hello, class of 2021. I just want to start this off by having everyone take a deep breath with me. Ready? We did it. You did it. You've crossed the finish line. You've not only accomplished a goal, you've created a foundation and given yourself a gift that gives back. And on top of that, you've earned something that no one can take away from you. Education truly is the great equalizer. It's an honor to be here with you today to spend a few minutes reflecting on our journey. I want to talk about adult learners for a moment. We really are a special bunch. We've got the incredible task of trying to fit education into our already full and often overbooked lives. Trying to find and maintain the balance of it all can be overwhelming and quite stressful. How many of you can relate? The last year or so has been especially challenging as we faced a worldwide pandemic that forced us into a new normal. The fact that you persevered through it all is a miracle within itself. No matter the obstacles you faced, your desire to continue your education remained a constant. There's a quote by an author named Ray Smith that states, "Adversity shakes the foundation of our character to see if what we believe and value is really worth standing for." I think it's safe to say that every obstacle, every trial, every setback, and every tear was well worth it. My own personal journey has certainly had its ups and downs, but I managed to finish strong with a 3.95 GPA. I don't say this to be boastful. I say it because I wasn't always a 3.95 student. In fact, there was a time in my life when I really didn't see the value of a college education. So I took the time to explore the world and eventually fell into my dream career. A higher education just didn't feel necessary. But over time, I began to want something more, a backup plan of sorts. And with that, I started to entertain going back to school. But I was hesitant because I knew it would require me to sacrifice. I vividly remember saying to myself, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to give it 100%. And I did just that. The moral of this story is that it's never too late to reinvent yourself and choose to become the person you wish you were. In reflecting on why I was successful, I settled on 4 keys that I feel may resonate with you as well. First, you have to get clear on your goal. That means not only understanding how your life will be different when you accomplish it, but also how it will impact those that you care about. Second, you have to proactively develop discipline. There will be times when motivation alone will not be enough, but discipline will always push you forward. Third, you have to develop an unwavering belief in yourself and your abilities. In other words, consistently fill your mind with positive thoughts about yourself and really just be your own cheerleader. And fourth, you must get comfortable with reaching out to your resources for help when you need it, and be willing to allow yourself some space to make mistakes. I know I struggled with that. Implementing these 4 keys helped me to stay the course, even when life was trying to pull me in the opposite direction. Our stories and our journeys may be very different, but we've all found our way here, to this common ground. It's not how you start that matters. It's not how long it took or how many setbacks you've had that matters. It's whether or not you finish. Class of 2021, in many ways, you have defied the odds. You now have the blueprint for success, and your only limitations are the ones you allow to live in your mind. Of course, this day would not be complete without giving thanks to those that have selflessly helped us grow along the way, our families, faculty, and even strangers. As I close today, I dare you to set even bigger goals and to never stop believing that you have everything you need on the inside of you to crush them, just as you've crushed the one we celebrate today. Congratulations.
I hope you enjoyed hearing from our award winners and student graduation speaker. Next, we come to the reason that we are here today, to honor each of the nearly 200 of you, soon to be alums of University College. I hope you bask in the pleasure of seeing your name on the screen and all that that represents. You are superstars. Congratulations.